Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Golden. If you're joining us for the first time, you are highly welcome. And if you have been here with us, thank you so much. I do not take it for granted at all. God bless you. Today, I want to talk about how I survived a week without my phone. Imagine going an entire week without your phone. No calls, no text messages, no social media. Sounds impossible, right? Yes, I know. Well, I decided to challenge myself, and today I'm here to share my experience of surviving a whole week without my phone. In a world where we are glued to our phones, I wanted to see and to feel what life would be like without my phone. It was both challenging and eye-opening, if I must say. By the end of this video, you will discover the surprising lessons I learned and how it changed my perspective on technology and why you might want to try this challenge too. In today's world, smartphones have become an integral part of our daily lives. From staying connected to our loved ones to managing work tasks, entertainment, and even grocery shopping. It feels like life revolves around this small device. But what happens when you suddenly cut off from it for a week, an entire whole week? So in this video, I will share with you in details what it was like to live a whole week without my phone. The first day was shock and withdrawal symptoms. The first day for me was overwhelming. At intervals, I would reach out to it, to take it. I was always tempted to carry my phone, to just take it and just trash this whole challenge. And I know it was out of habit, but then I remembered that it was nowhere to be found. It was out of reach at the moment, like the period of this challenge. This is a point where you realize how deeply integrated your phone is into your life. Like, is that moment where you feel like you can't live without your phone, you can't do without your phone, you cannot survive without your phone. It was that bad and very, very overwhelming. So during this period, what was the challenge or the challenges? The challenge that I experienced, number one was I was missing notifications. You know how those notifications just, at intervals, just pop up. I was missing those notifications. I missed them so much. Number two challenge that I faced was difficulty in keeping track of time. You know how you have clock in the house, you're wearing a wristwatch, but just out of habit, you find that you are always checking your phone for time. I don't know whether it's just me or everybody does that or it happens to everybody. My phone is like my clock and my watch. The number three challenge that I felt was I felt a sense of disconnect from the world. I felt like I was living out of the world, like I was no longer existing in this world. I felt out of this world. I felt like I didn't know what was happening in the world anymore. I felt disconnected, if I should use that word. I felt disconnected from this world entirely. I felt anxiety, restlessness, fear of missing out. I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things, and I felt like I couldn't just do without my phone. But I had to persist because this was a challenge. I had to complete it. On the second day, I started adjusting to the void of not being with my phone. From the second day, I started noticing the gaps left by my phone. At this point, I didn't have any choice than to improvise and adapt to the situation, to the current situation at hand. I had to look for ways to improvise, things to do to keep myself busy and not to think about my phone too much. So to improvise, because I used my phone for almost everything. So to improvise, now that my phone is currently not available, I had to start using watch to check time. I had to start writing in a book my to-do lists. And I also had to start using my laptop for essential, important, necessary communications. So, what was the benefit of staying without my phone? I started to be aware of my immediate environment, of the things around me. I started paying attention to details, to things that I would usually overlook. I started paying attention. I started taking details of things, of my surrounding, of my environment, of everything around me that I would usually not concern myself over. So by the day 3 and day 4, I started to rediscover simplicity. I started to experience a sense of freedom and clarity without constant notifications and distractions from my phone. And I also started to focus on tasks, on the things I was doing for a longer period of time, which before now, the reverse was the case. So how did this challenge help me personally, like my personal growth during this challenge? I started picking up on old habits that I had abandoned in a very long time, for years actually. Old habits like reading a physical book, old habits like journaling constantly, and old habits like engaging more in outdoor activities. How did this challenge affect my social interacting? Instead of always texting, typing on the phone or messaging, I started to have more meaningful face-to-face conversations, which was very, very important. So by the day 5th and 6th of this challenge, I started to flourish without technology. At this point, I had adjusted to life without a phone. How did this challenge improve my productivity? I started to realize how much time I was wasting scrolling and mindlessly going through notifications, which most times takes a lot of time. When you're like constantly, aimlessly on your phone, it reduces your level of productivity. I also became more mindful and in tune with myself, which helped with me decluttering mentally. This challenge also helped me sleep better. This one I cannot even lie. My sleep quality definitely improved, and I slept for longer hours, which was not the case before now. I found that I started to sleep earlier than usual and longer than usual. I started to sleep very, very well, which was not the case for a very, very long time. The last day, the 7th day, I was just so grateful to have embarked on this challenge. It was a mixed relief and a newfound perspective on life generally. At this point, you have proven to yourself that you can survive without your phone for an entire week, and you might even go ahead to adapt some of the habits you have developed during the week. So what lesson did I learn during this challenge? I learned the value of being present, the importance of setting boundaries, especially with technology, and the realization that life goes on without constant digital connection. While surviving a week without my phone seemed daunting, it was a challenge worth taking. It helped me reconnect with myself. It helped me gain a healthier perspective on my relationship with technology. If you are feeling overwhelmed with your phone, try going without it for a few days. Here are some habits that you would love to carry forward after this challenge. You might want to carry forward the habit of setting boundaries. You could decide to establish a phone-free zone or times like during meals or before bedtime. You might also want to carry forward your habit of reducing your screen time, reducing the habit of aimlessly scrolling through your phone, checking for notifications and whatnot. You might also want to spend less time on social media and more time on real life activities. So let me ask you now, can you go a whole week without your phone? Let me know down in the comment section. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody, a friend or family member who is always glued to their phones. This challenge taught me that while phones are useful, life is about the moments that we create offline. Try unplugging for a day or two. You might be surprised by what you will discover. This brings us to the end of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notification buttons, give this video a thumbs up, like, share with your friends and family. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.